Hi guys, Lemmy here and welcome back to another art video. This week we're doing something a little bit different and something very special and awesome. Today I am working on a collaboration that I did with a very awesome YouTuber named Baylee Jae, which I hope you've heard of, and if you have not, you certainly need to check her out, and I will be leaving annotations to her page during this video, so you can click on them anytime you feel the need to check out her channel, which you totally should do. Now, I sent Baylee a message and I was like, hey, would you like to do a collaboration? And I was nervous because I was like, whoa, what if she won't get back to me, or, but she did, and I was thrilled, and she was super nice, down to earth, and awesome. And we sent some emails back and forth trying to figure out what we were going to do for our collaboration, and we decided on a Disney picture. And I suggested this because she has quite a few Disney speed paints on her channel, and I love Disney. So I was like, hey, let's just do something Disney related. And she said yes, and she had suggested, I believe, 3 different movies that we could work with. The first one was Aladdin, which was an awesome movie, and I really liked it, so that was on the table. And then I believe the second one was Pocahontas, which, ever since I was a little girl, I had this totally, unbridled hatred for Pocahontas. I never liked that movie, and I never saw that movie. I just hated Pocahontas. At all points in time, I was just like, oh, I hate Pocahontas. Never saw the movie. Saw the movie last year. Hated it. Spoiler alert. Terrible movie. Didn't like it. But then the third suggestion was Mulan. And I was like, oh my god, I love Mulan. Let's do Mulan. And then I said, how about we have 2 different parts of Mulan in one picture, where we can do the warrior, be a man Mulan, and then we could have the geisha, prim, proper Mulan at the beginning of the movie. And then we could have the 2 different sides to her in one picture and kind of meld it together into a scene. And she said yes, and I asked her to choose which one she wanted to do, and she said she wanted to do the warrior, so that left me with the geisha. And I was excited. We decided that she will go first and I will go second, where she will draw on half the piece of paper, then mail me the illustration and I will do the other half. And I didn't want to go first because I really didn't know what I would draw, honestly. I probably would have just drawn something and been like, I don't know. Probably wouldn't have been very good, because I wouldn't know, how to start it. I'm pretty good, I get something, I can figure out maybe what to do, but starting it I felt would be a lot of pressure. So Baylee went first and then mailed it to me. And when I got it, I was so excited. I opened it up, and then immediately I was first of all, I was really excited. Second of all, I thought that her side was gorgeous, and it was so pretty and colored so nicely, and the characters were so expressive, and I was really impressed. And then third, I was freaking out, because I was what am I going to do? So if you'll notice, Baylee went over a little more than half of the piece of paper, so it left me with limited space to draw my Mulan. And I'll explain how I came up with my part of the composition, because it's a lot more complex than you would think. So Mushu, the little dragon on Warrior Mulan's shoulder, is kind of invading my side of the picture. And he was looking over. So Mushu had to be looking at something. So that means my Mulan has to be there and has to be interacting with Mushu because he's so far over and has that facial expression. So I had to do a bunch of different sketches of Mulan and then use a light box to put my picture underneath and see which sketch looked best interacting with Mushu. And every time I had my Mulan facing Mushu, she had her hand extended, which I couldn't really pull off in a nice manner because behind Mushu's head is colored in blue. So if I had extended her hand into that blue space, the coloring of her hand would be off. And unless I colored the rest of her body blue to match that skin tone of her hand, then it would look wrong. And then if I colored it blue, it would also look wrong because it would affect the whole picture as a whole and how I would color it. So I couldn't have her hand extended. And I didn't want to have Mulan bending over because I felt like it would throw off the whole balance of the picture. And also I wanted my Mulan to be as tall as Baylee's Mulan, so you could kind of get the idea that they're the same character. But you can just see the differences in how they look and also their mannerisms. So I had the classic, "Oh, are you over my shoulder?" Oh, looking back at Mushu. And that kind of kept her form consolidated for the limited space that I had. But it also kept her visually interacting with Mushu. She's looking at him and she's reacting by putting her hand up. And he is looking at her. And they're looking in the proper direction and everything so that they are interacting. But because Mushu's in that picture, I wanted to include Lucky the cricket, so I had her holding the cricket cage. And Lucky is looking at the warrior Mulan, so it kind of goes in this nice little circle effect with the sidekick characters, like the little cute pets. So that was what I did for the pose. But then I had to try to figure out how to blend the backgrounds together, and I had difficulty with this because I honestly don't have the colors that were used for the grass especially, and the sky was a little bit off as well because I didn't have those sky colors, and I was concerned because when I got the picture I was like, oh, this is so beautiful. I don't think I have anything that looks like these colors or a way to combine these colors to get those colors that I see. So I had to kind of try my best to integrate both sides of the picture and have them fuse together successfully without having the colors that I needed. And how I did that was I put a large bush starting from the left going down into Baylee's side. And that large bush counteracted the weight of the cherry tree on the upper right. But also it hid the grass area, like a large chunk of it, because I didn't have anything remotely close to the grass color. So that left less space for me to try to come up with a grass color. And if it didn't mix properly or look like that grass color, it wouldn't be as obvious because this bush is hiding the majority of the grass. So I picked some muted colors for the bush behind Mulan. So when I did put the bush into Baylee's space, you'll see a little bit of discoloration on the leaves to the lower right. I'm just going to say that in China there was some weed killer by the local gardener and he sprayed it on those leaves. I couldn't do anything. The grass was so vibrant and I picked muted colors for the bush and then it just didn't overlap correctly. So I tried my best to kind of integrate it, but I didn't have the colors and I don't have very many greens actually, which is probably something I should buy. I should buy some green colors, but I don't really have any. I also wanted to add some more depth to the picture and throw in more of a background, and I wanted it to go farther back. So you'll see that I'll go into Baylee's space a little bit, adding some mountains into behind her bush. And I wanted to do that so we could create some more space. Instead of everything being so close up, I wanted to make it look so that there was a whole like world out there. And I really just wanted to include Chinese clouds, and that was really the only way I could do it, is if I had a really far away mountain. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. You guys, I'm just gonna do it, and I did it. So I really like this picture because if you cut it in half, both sides of it really have strong pictures on their own. Like, if you just cut it in half, you have two pictures and they both work. And if you put them together, they also work together as one whole. And that was really my goal, was to have my side look nice on its own, but also look even better because Baylee's there. So I was really happy with how this picture came out. And I was so excited that Baylee said yes. If you guys, honestly, if you don't know who she is at this point, you really should check her out because she has so many like amazing tutorials and speed paints. Especially if you're new to Copic, she'll like help you out, no problem. So check out her art channel. Also, she vlogs, so in the description below I will have her vlog channel if you would like to check that out. And that's pretty much all I have to say for this picture. Thank you so much for doing this with me, Baylee. I had a blast, and the picture looks awesome. I was so happy that you said yes. And, yeah, sorry about the scan. It actually cut off part of the bottom. I don't know why my scanner did that. And every time I retried to, like, rescanned it, like, I tried to scan it again, it kept cutting off different chunks of the picture. And I'm like, scanner, why you do this? I do not understand. It was very confusing. Anyway, if you would like to check out Baylee, that would be awesome. But also, we put up our tutorials, or collaboration, sorry, at the same time. So on Baylee's channel, you can see how she made the first part of the collaboration. And on my channel, you can see the second part. So if you are curious about how this beautiful part, the right side, was formed, you can go over there and check it out. And that would be awesome! So, thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope that you guys loved it. I had so much fun, and really, I just like, I don't even know. I'm at a loss for words, so thanks so much to all my subscribers and to Baylee. And I'm just happy I could bring this to you guys. So, have a great week. I'll see you next week. And, yeah. Bye!